Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Chenelle Beauty, and I am back with another story time. And this is a story time about me dating a guy in high school that had a child. So I was like somewhat a stepmother. So yeah, this was back when I was in high school. I was a senior. I went to this one school and graduated. I went there for 1 year, my senior year, and the rest of my high school for 3 years I went to another school. So this was at my last high school. And when I got to the school, being that I was a senior, like everybody kind of knew everybody and kind of had their cliques already formed and stuff like that. Really didn't faze me because I'm an introvert slash a loner anyway, so I just kind of like did my own thing. But through time and classes and stuff, I would meet people and things like that. So I had this one class. It was in like the library of the high school. I can't even tell you what subject class it was. Yeah, I can't even tell y'all. I think something at the time they was building the high school over, and I think at the time my teacher did not have their own like classroom, so we had to go inside one of the classrooms in the library. And that classroom had like computers, and we would get on the computers, but I honestly don't remember what subject that was. But anyway, I had this guy in class, and he was, he was cute compared to the guys that was at the school. He was like one of the cuter ones at the school, and he was, always checking me out and things like that. But you could tell he was like kind of shy, but he was always checking me out or whatever. And it was him, and it was this girl that used to like have a crush on me in school in the classroom. The girl unfortunately ended up getting killed like maybe a year after I graduated, so rest in peace to her. But it was her and it was him that always had a crush on me, and I would be just like sitting like at my little computer like minding my business and stuff like that, but I would overhear them like, and they would be talking to where I could hear them, but they wasn't talking to me, but they'll be like talking to each other like, nah bro, like I'm it, because the girl, she was like a stud. So like they'll be like, nah bro, like I'm gonna get her, like no, I'm gonna get her, like nah bro, I'm gonna get her, like no, I'm gonna get her, like stuff like that. And it was clearly like, if I like turn like and look at them, like they was clearly like looking at me like they wanted to know like, yeah, we talking about you type of situation. So like I would say like through some time, like they ended up like speaking to me and joking with me and stuff like that. And the dude ended up winning because I mean I don't like girls, so he probably would have, you get what I'm saying, like it's just kind of like okay whatever. But the dude ended up winning, I guess, their bet or whatever. And we started like talking to each other, and then it turned into dating or whatever. A lot of people did not like that because I was the new girl, and at the time he either just stopped playing football or he was still playing for like another semester or something like that. But basically he was like one of the football players. He was good looking. He was popular too. He was a year younger than me though. But yeah, so he was like one of the popular boys, and it was like this new girl like coming out of nowhere, and she was dating him type of situation. So when we started dating, like he did tell me like early on that he had a baby, and I later found out too that like the baby mama went to the school with us. So it was just like, just from that alone was just like so much drama. So and unfortunately he was like a hoe too. Like I came to find that out like months and months later, like you hoeing, like he was a hoe. So and went down, they were still dealing with each other, like that was like down the line though. But yeah, so it wasn't too, the girls wasn't too fond of me, a lot of them. I only was cool with like probably like a good 5 girls that I could say like I was real cool with at the school. The other ones did not like me because I was the new girl just coming in, like taking a football player, and them being like you know. And then the girl, the baby mama, she had like her own little clique, because like I said, I came late in the game, so by this time people had like cliques and stuff, like people knowing each other. They probably known each other since freshman year, so like they either was cool with her or they just didn't like it because they like him, type of situation. So he ended up having a little baby at this time. I think the girl was only like 1 year old. She either was 1 or 2. She wasn't no older than 2 years old, so she was kind of fresh. He, you know, used to always talk about his daughter, and I never, of course, experienced that at the time, you know, but I was like, damn, I'm really dating somebody with a child. And like, he was mad young, like he was a year younger than me, so it was just kind of like something to get adjusted to. I think I only seen her, because the baby mama was one of those type of baby mamas, I think I only see her like maybe once or twice. And when I used to like go over to his house, like, you know, her stuff used to be like in his room and stuff, but like it was just like kind of weird with him having a child. We was like still in high school, so I used to always try to be like understanding with that, and just like understand that, you know, he needed to like see his daughter, and like, you know, he had other responsibilities that a lot of us in high school did not have. And it was okay between me and him until, you know, things, little birdie start going around about him like still messing with his baby mama. She would do like little petty stuff, like be like super cool, like act like it's no problem she had with me, but then like I would hear like she was like basically thinking I was stupid, like I didn't know what was going on. But I did eventually ended up finding out like he was still fucking around with her. And even like at my prom, he didn't even like go with me. I had ended up going with somebody that I known since middle school, a guy that I was real cool with. Like I ended up going to prom with him because he ended up like, even though he wasn't a grade younger than me, like being that he was in 11th grade, he could go to prom. So he ended up like not going with me. We fell out like a couple of days before prom, or I would say like maybe like a week before prom. I ended up going with somebody else because he ended up going with his baby mama. And he ended up, well, actually no, I take that back. He ended up going with his friends, but he left with his baby mama, and his baby mama was in the grade with me, so that was like her prom, like it was my prom. So he ended up coming with his homeboys. I remember being like, what to do with my friend, because he didn't step up to the plate and take me to prom. And I ended up being with him, and he coming through the door, and it's like fucking awkward because we didn't officially break up. So it was like, yeah, we had fell out, but we were still like together. And he was like just like with his friends, and like looked me dead in my face, and didn't even like really like, I guess you could say like acknowledge me, like looked me in my face and like kept it pushing, type of situation. And then I later found out, like, you know, a couple of days later, like when we got back to school, like he went to the hotel with his baby mama. So from that, we ended up breaking up, of course. But yeah, dude had a whole child out here with his baby mama. And I tried to be understanding with that, but I was just looking back at it now, just way too young to be dealing with that. And then especially since she went to the school, it was just like super messy. Like I said, she was like mad fake and phony. Like I would never be super tight with her to begin with, but the fact that she was like trying to like act like you was cool, because I think I ended up having a class with her that year as well. Like I think the second semester I ended up, I think, having a class with her, or she used to just always be in one of my classes because one of her friends was. And the girl used to always try to like start conversation with me, and it's like, girl, you his baby mama, like what the hell do you want? Like stop trying to act like you trying to be cool with me. And she used to try to be like nice nasty, but see, I'm like, I'm a queen of that, so I used to be nice nasty right back with her ass. But yeah, like, but he basically was like a hoe in school. He was still fucking around with his baby mama. I'm pretty sure he was fucking other hoes at the school too. Our relationship, like everybody knew about it. And like I said, I'm real slim. He wasn't like too big. He was like short. Like he was just like a little taller than me in my eyes. Like he wasn't like super tall, but he was like kind of like, you know, kind of like muscle because he played football or whatever. So people used to always be like, I know he breaking her off. Like, how the hell he with her love behind, like, used to be like saying shit like that. And I remember, like, they used to just always be like looking at us like just sizing us up, like I don't even know why he with her type of situation. And I used to just be like, but come to find out he was fucking half of them hoes. So that's me dating a dude with a child. We was in fucking high school. I was like 17, he was like 16, and he had like a whole 1-year-old out here in the streets. So yeah, I was like a stepmom, I guess you want to say, but I wouldn't even consider that, because for one, I did not get along with the baby mama whatsoever. And come to find out too, she was mad close with his mom, because when I did meet his mom, she was real standoffish and cold to me and sizing me up. And I was like, what is the deal with this lady? Like, I never met nobody mama and they was doing that. And then come to find out, like, she was still cool with the baby mama, and I'm pretty sure they was talking shit. So yeah, I never was like super cool with like his family or whatever. And like I said, I only see the daughter like once or twice or something like that. But yeah, that was a little quick story time about when I dated a guy in high school and he had a child. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your friends, your boo thing, your family, anybody. And thank y'all so much for watching. Stay tuned for my next video, and also check out my other videos on my page and subscribe. Thank y'all. Bye.
Never take not a thing from a fuck bitch. Fuck a nigga if that do be on some fuck shit. I'm teaching you hoes the game, so pay attention. If you made it and it's yours, it don't matter how you spend it.